Okay, so part 2 of this video shows us how to use the tMongoDBRow components to aggregate rows. Part 1 showed us how to use the MongoDB input component to aggregate in Java or Talend. So I'm working with the same collection and I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. So I'm going to basically be wanting to group by disposition and sum by duration of my simple document that I have here, or simple collection. So let's take a look at this job here. Just sort of rearrange it a bit. Just a second. Just to get it to fit on this smaller screen. Apologize for that. Great. So I'm doing the same idea as the first video. So I'm using Talend Open Studio 5.2. I'm using the MongoDB components that ship with the product. I'm using a MongoDB connection to connect. And then, so let's look at what that looks like. It's very simple. I just connect to my local host and I have a database called test. Then I've dragged in a MongoDBRow component, as you see here, and I'm going to expand that out for you. And so what I'm going to do here is use the aggregation framework to run a command. The command is to create a new variable called aggregate, and it's outside of the scope of this video to teach you about the aggregation framework, but you can kind of see it working here. So I'm grouping by disposition and I'm summing by duration. And then unfortunately this component doesn't output regular Talend speak. Like, it doesn't have a schema that you can spit out data, but it's simple enough to kind of work around that. So what we do in the command is then to insert a new document, the result of our variable here. So I created a new collection called calls ag. I suppose I could also remove that collection. I could drop that collection after this command is finished. And let's see what we do next. So next, I go back and I use a MongoDB input component. And what this does is simply read in the result of my last command. So let's go in there. What I do is I just give it a collection name. I don't even give it a query, because this is a find query with no parameters to it. It's just basically going to give me back a single row with that aggregated data. And then finally I'm going to log it to my console, as I did in my last job. So it's exactly the same job that I had before. It's just doing it a different way. It's without pulling the data out of MongoDB. So if I run the job, we should be getting largely the same result from my last video. I don't remember if I filtered it or not. You see that it happened, that you get a little bit of an output from MongoDB saying return value null, and that it's okay, 1 out of 0. There's probably different ways to do that, but it's the way that I've shown you here. So thanks.